That will cut people's throats. We finally did get the clip. This is Gavin talking about Porsalin's documentary Uhuru, which is a very good documentary, by the way. This is the clip from freespeech.tv. Let's check it out.
And also this weekend, this documentary about me called Uhuru came out that is an hour and a half of meticulously exploring my life. It's weird, too, because it's like some guy named Polaris or something.
Polaris. That, by the way, that's on purpose.
That's a trick. I know.
That's like he's trying. That's they try to be alpha move. This guy's seen too many pickup artist videos. You know.
I said that exact same thing last night. Yeah. That it's a purposeful, like Owen with the moosh whoosh. Yeah. Like people know, motherfucker, Porsalin's name, but you have to have that flippant. I don't know, some guy Polaris. And here's what I noticed, right? So you think Polaris or whatever, some fucking loser on the internet, but you sure know his real name, and you sure know where he's from.
That's a really good point.
So how do you know his real name? You don't know his stage name? Come on,
he knows.
You know what's up.
He's trying to do that alpha move.
Oh, and he gets into he calls him a beggar. Oh, I was so mad. I was yelling.
This documentary about me called Uhuru came out that is an hour and a half of meticulously exploring my life. It's weird, too, because it's like some guy named Polaris or something in Porsalin. I forget his name.
It's Porsalin. You know
what it is,
Stop
dog.
It. It's Porsalin.
Hey, do you know the names of the people that will be spending 8 to 10 years in jail and not seeing their kids? Do you know their names?
James or something. I don't know.
No, but does he?
No, I'm kidding. I was just making a joke.
Yeah. I think he's a British kid named Adam. But he just, he just sort of took the Death of Cool audiobook and added a bunch of insults and said that I'm a failure. And
that's not what he did. That's not what there is some clips from that, but that's not what he did.
I blew a rooster in my ad agency and blah, blah, blah. And I'm a dumb asshole, shit for brains.
So accurate.
All pretty accurate.
Which is weird, too, because he's talking about a multimillionaire and then also begging for a Patreon.
This motherfucker, the balls on him. Do you know how many? Hey, Royce, he has not one, but 2 websites where he asks for donations. Free Speech TV, and he still has Defend Gavin up. He has 2 websites where he's begging for your money. Remember that canceled movie that they were doing when he was drinking in the front? It's like, my life is over. Please give me money. I wouldn't even be mad if he was ripping Porsalin apart on whatever. If he did some digging or made fun of the fact that he overuses that glitch effect or something that's valid, right. but no self-awareness in calling Porsalin a beggar. Who, by the way, Porsalin is one of those dudes that you'll be like, hey, I was going to sign up as a Patreon or whatever. Yeah, that's fine, whatever, man. I'm not. Like, he's always the one down. Like, you never see him, like, opening and closing every video with, here's me Patreon, here's me PayPal, click on this, hey, touch this, oh, yeah, oh, governor, give me more money.
Why is he a chimney sweep?
He's not. I don't know why.
That's very funny.
He's a young, dirty-faced young kid begging for fucking gruel.
All right.
Oh, governor, I don't have enough money, I don't. Antifa slashed my tires, they did, and I need your money. Like, he's never...
Jesus.
Turning into the Wall show.
Yeah.
The guys are totally from Britain. He's totally British. But like, he never asks from like I even had to say last night. Say what you want about Porsalin. I've had my differences with him publicly. I would never call Porsalin a beggar. No. And if I were Gavin fucking McInnes, I would be choosing my shade to throw very carefully. Him calling Porsalin a beggar is like me calling Ethan Ralph an alcoholic. Yeah. It is fucking uncalled for. It lacks self-awareness, and I would take massive balls on my part.
He is begging for donations, and he's a he said, I'm a multimillionaire. How dare you, sir? How fucking dare you criticize people's Patreons, criticize people. Free Speech TV, you have to sign up for it to see these videos, right? On top of that, he has a donate option. Even if you pay for it, he has a donate option. Fuck you, Gavin. then you know you don't need the money. You're doing this because you're so addicted to that fame, huh? You're so addicted to that dopamine drip. You're so addicted of girls sliding into your DMs and be like, oh my God, I love the Proud Boys. That's the reason why. You're a piece of shit. And then he goes on to, well, let's play more.
My ad agency and blah, 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 and I'm a dumb asshole, shit for brains. Which is weird, too, because he's talking about a multi-millionaire.
Somebody in the chat says he's just intimidated by Porsalin's accent.
And then also begging for a Patreon, begging for money.
Never.
And he's also talking about how I'm desperate for notoriety as he, talks about me for an hour and a half anonymously.
What's wrong with anonymously?
They hate that, man. These fucking people hate.
What's
that
wrong with are you saying that your view on free speech is you have to show your face for you have to, so you're saying that you have to put you're basically agreeing that you have to dox yourself for anybody because you suffered from it. Everybody must suffer from it or their opinions are invalid?
Also, could I just point something out that I also noticed last night when I was watching this? He basically goes into, so this Polaris guy, Porsalin or whatever, right? He calls me a piece of shit. He goes after me as a person, talks about my family, my early days, mocks all my accomplishments, says I'm begging for money or whatever. He literally goes on a list of all these things Porsalin says, and then he goes, I have money, you son of a bitch. The only thing that bothers him is implying that he's a bit like everything about Gavin is the money, the money,
course,
the
it's all
money.
money.
So it's like Porsalin could have been like, well, personally, I think that Gavin is going broke. I also think he's a pedophile and an arsonist. And he'd be like, I have money, you son of a bitch. And
Wait,
it's like,
what? That's
wait a
what
minute,
you want to address?
That's what's bothering you? He's so... By the way, he is pretending this doesn't bother him.
It bothers him.
It hurt him so much.
When he had to say, but he's being anonymous, but you tried to do a deep dive on him is what happened. I'm telling you, he himself watched that video, the whole hour and a half, because he knows that time really well. He watched the entire hour and a half video, probably rewound it a bunch of times.
Called a bunch of people
and
and was
going,
like,
who
get
the
me
fuck's
info
this
on him.
Porsalin guy? Who the fuck is this guy?
It's the anonymous cowardice that's really annoying about these fucking
By the way,
pussies.
Gavin, if you want all of Porsalin's docs, hit me up. 50 grand, 100 grand. Give me 100 grand, I'll give you all of Porsalin's docs. Porsalin, I'm going to cut you in.
No, that's not bad.
And I'm going to give him fake docs.
Just
play along.
Who was the soccer guy that everybody thought he was?
Oh, shit.
I forget.
Oh, fuck,
It's
yeah.
gonna bother.
Forgetting his
Someone will
name
say it in
now,
the chat in a bit. What really bothers him is the anonymity. No, you motherfucker. You know what really bugs me about you? Leaving people out to dry. Just leaving them out there. Do you know what people weren't anonymous and showed their face? The people that are serving jail time. And then you stepped down from the organization and just left them there with your little, Gavin's going to sue the SBLC. A court case is going nowhere. Everything is a marketing ploy. Never forget this guy helped create Vice. Never forget that, guys. He's part of those same little tricks, the same little things. He's doing them.
Joe Mattress is in the chat. You got it wrong. He said Mark Umbridge. It was Mark Goldbridge.
Goldbridge,
It was
yes.
Mark Goldbridge for Manchester United. No.
These losers. And the general theme seems to be that I only got 10 million from Vice and those guys are billionaires. I don't think people understand that Vice wasn't like a stock or it was Bitcoin.
Again,
and I
the
got
money
out,
thing. That's all he cares about. That's what's bothering him the
more,
most.
There was a lot more criticisms
He
in that hour and a
destroyed
half
Gavin,
than that. Yeah.
But he's only fixated on the I couldn't have gotten that much money, you motherfucker. Like, it's money. Everything's money. It's like the weirdest thing to me.
Behind a paywall.
too early and then it went up like that. It couldn't have gone up like that without me, with me there. That's not the model I had. This whole selling out thing where it's like, let's appeal to babysitters and talk about calm milkshakes and gender neutrality and call everyone racist and say how much we hate Trump and all that stuff. That's not my baby. So it's almost like someone bought your restaurant and then they changed it to a Japanese restaurant and made all this money.
So what you're saying is to say your restaurant sucked. Mm-hmm. No, I mean, look, I don't agree with the stuff that Vice does or whatever, but if all you care about is money, right, then your restaurant sucked compared to the restaurant that made the money.
They made a better restaurant than you.
That's what you're implying?
Yes.
Selling sushi, and you go, you should have stuck around. I'm not a sushi guy.
No, there's a difference because a restaurant, they would just buy the land and build the restaurant there, or buy the building. You helped start this restaurant. You know, you helped start the restaurant.
He needs to fall.
Oh, no, I'm with you. He does.
That's not my bag.
You just sounded like one right there. I'm not a sushi guy.
I'm not a sushi guy. I don't make sushi.
It's really funny.
So if I was still at Vice, it wouldn't be the Vice that's with HBO and all that shit.
He watched the whole thing, and all he picked up about it was the money, and now he's replying to it. But it didn't bother him.
He's losing his
He
mind.
doesn't care. None of this bothered him because of his $90,000 watch on his wrist.
And Gavin, you know what? It's just like Royce said yesterday. We're not anonymous.
Yeah, we're right here.
My name is Mike Sheely.
I'm Royce Lopez. Nice to meet you, Gavin. You're a fucking phony.
You're a fraud. You're a liar. You're a degenerate.
And by the
You're
compared
a
to everything,
homosexual. You steal money from people. You're a scumbag.
Porsalin, by the way, didn't even go that hard in on him. It was pretty recent.
We've actually gone harder on you.
We've gone hard on you, Gavin.
You don't acknowledge that, do you? Because we have names and because you can't do shit to us.
What are you going to do? What are you going to hold over our heads, you fuckface? And look, I get it. Every time you talk about Gavin, there's these Proud Boy sycophants who just feel bad because they spend so much money on a Fred Perry shirt, right? So they feel like, I already got the uniform. I get it, guys, but just buy another shirt. Like, it's really, you know, at this point, burn it. I don't care. You're following a guy who left somebody just out there. And I've heard a lot of rationale from, including Gavin, but from people that follow him. Oh, he was doing it to help the guys. By his own admission, he said, I don't know if it helped them. I don't know if they got less time. Who knows? I don't know. Because you had no guarantees. You had nothing. You were trying to save your skin. And it might not have been for money. You got plenty of money. Like you said, you have a $2.6 million home. With
I don't know if you know this. He likes money.
With a $3.4 million mortgage. Good for you, Gavin. You got all the dough. But morally, you're a failure. You fall short. You fall short. You're a huckster, but of the worst degree. You're not a huckster who's just, you know, going, I really don't have any money. I'm going to do what I can. You're not out there doing soft shoe in a fucking Subway. You're a huckster with $10 million, more actually than that, but millions of dollars, sitting there asking for more money to only promote yourself and help nobody. You're not counterculture, bud. You're not.
Shit, because it's not my cup of tea. But speaking of cups of tea, we should talk to Angry Foreigner.
That was
a
it.
cutoff.
That was it. Yeah.
So yeah, that was Gavin, who has. I think this is the beginning of the end for Gavin McInnes.
You know,
They're hurting over there at Free Speech TV too. They don't have a lot of subs. They're not getting any buzz. There's no buzz about it.
no, of course there's not. I asked before Porsalin actually posted this clip. I asked like on both of our Twitter pages, hey, but does anybody have a freespeech.tv account? I want to see if you could help me out with something. The only responses I got were, man, nobody responded. Nobody has one. How many people actually have one of these?
None.
Like, I know more
No one
people.
that I know.
I know more people that have Compound.
Oh yeah, Compound,
Accounts.
and even Blaze. Like I know people that still are
Yeah.
watching Blaze TV, but I haven't heard anything about free speech at all.
And you know what bothers me about Gavin the most? I mean, besides, well, that's not the most, but bothers me about Gavin a lot, is he thinks he's Hunter S. Thompson. He thinks that.
Yeah, he really thinks he's like the carrying the spirit of gonzo journalism into the future, and you're not.
You're not doing that. You're sitting at your house doing Asian jokes behind a microphone, pretending you're doing anything, and you're not.
They're pretty sweet Asian jokes, though, dude.
You shit on people that fucking play video games, but whenever people go, oh, you're just mad because he talks shit about video games. No, I'm mad that somebody who stuck a fucking butt plug up their asshole on a show is talking shit about video games. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like The Rock, you know, or somebody who's like, yeah, I'm a man's man. You know, I used to, we used to get adjoining rooms with Trish Stratus so I could fuck her brains out. It's fucking Gavin
Supposedly,
McInnes.
allegedly, according to somebody. I want to say allegedly.
Fine. Yeah, he definitely didn't fuck every diva back then. No, I'm saying he didn't. You can't get mad at that, right? You're a fucking phony, Gavin, and you will be brought down. I'm sick of this, of all these grifters. And then he teams up with Milo to just achieve maximum grifter. Fuck you. You're not Hunter S. Thompson. You're not. You're a fucking. You know what you are? You know what you are? You're one of those people that juggles by Venice Beach. That's what you are, with your little cup. With a little cup out there so people could drop money in there. I have all this money. If you have all this money, your life is so great, why are you still doing this? Free Speech TV's not making money. Why are you doing this? What's the point of it all?
Well, that's why he's got to fucking beg for money still.
He wants to be relevant, and that's what bothers him. You know what bothers Gavin? You know what those 10 millions of dollars and all the money he has, you know what bothers him? You know what it can't get him? It can't get him the relevancy he used to have.
Yeah, but I don't honestly think it's relevance. I think it's money. I think he's fucking hurting from.
You really think he's?
I think he's lying.
Then pawn your watch.
I think he's. I mean, I think he's got money on paper. You know what I mean? But I don't think there's a lot of money floating around like there used to be. Like I don't think he's liquid a lot of money right now, and I think that's the problem. I think that's why he's got all these
tied up investments.
He's got all these schemes going on. $3.8 million mortgage on a $2.6 million house. Taxes, expenses, flights, paying for studio time. Like he's not liquid, right? I have a feeling. Yeah, on paper he's probably worth some money, but I doubt he's blown a lot of money and he's been through a lot the ringer. And I think he's just out to squeeze every penny he can out of this. If he cared about his relevance, he wouldn't have 3 different e-begging websites.
Very good point. Luke Button, what CD album have you purchased the most times in your life? For Mersh, it would likely be Chocolate Starfish and the hot dog flavored water. Is that true?
That's not true.
That's not true. But it's up there?
Because I treated that CD
I hate you.
with nothing but respect and care, so it didn't get scratched.
It was one of those that you kept in the case, right?
Yes, of course. It was a classic. I almost didn't want to even open it.
You did it. You would have one that you would display and one that you would play.
Yes, exactly. You had to have the display piece.
Carson Daly.
Now, I probably bought Me Against the World, believe it or not, more times than anyone, because I lost that one a couple times. That was my favorite Tupac album.
I had to buy All Eyes on Me twice.
Okay, see,
that's the one, because remember I lent it to my friend and he scratched. It was a double album, All Eyes on Me, and he scratched it. And you can't just buy one of the back then one of them. You had to rebuy the whole thing. Yeah. Carson Daly, I wish I understood the world better. You guys have 20K subs, and Lily Singh has a late night show with 14 million subs. Am I the idiot, or is everyone else? I mean, it could be both. But thank you, Carson.
Can I answer his question?
Sure.
Jews. Anyway, continue.
Okay. Worst there ever